So what's going on YouTube? Welcome to the JEFFMAN316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host as always, JEFFMAN316. I went ahead and joined a little bit early because man, I felt so bad for the last week or so. I haven't really um done a lot of stuff on this computer and YouTube. So I want to make sure I got everything set up properly, got my internet connection, and hopefully we got somebody's going to join us tonight, but I haven't even played the intro, so I'm going to go ahead and do that since it looks like I got everything going. So, yep, looks like I got everything set up. So I'll go ahead and do the intro, and then we'll talk about what we're going to watch tonight, which is the original classic Night of the Living Dead.
WRG 94.9 The Urge, Hatfield's home for rock.
I'm Willie the Kid, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. Oh, no! No! Johnny!
So what's up, everybody? We're back, and hopefully, I know everybody's probably seen this movie, but I didn't want to put too much in the little intro video. Looks like we got some Look like we got Dougie Fresh already in here, and we got a couple other people. But yeah, hey, I didn't even realize that the original Night of the Living Dead, since it's public domain, I put a link in the YouTube in the description if somebody wants to watch along with us. But I didn't even realize that. I think all of the streaming services have a copy of this movie that's on there, because I was on Peacock watching something earlier, and Night of the Living Dead is on Peacock. So looks like most of the streaming services has got a copy of Night of the Living Dead. So that's what we're going to do, a watch along. But obviously we can bullshit, talk about anything else while we're on here. It doesn't just have to be about Night of the Living Dead. But I thought that was kind of cool that, like I said, it's weird that this movie is, as popular as it is or whatever, actually got out there in the public domain. So it's right at 10 o'clock. So I don't know how many people we're going to have join, but I'm going to go ahead and start it. So I already got it queued up, and I'm going to make sure my earbuds in there, because even though it's public domain, I don't want to have it echoing in the background for you guys. So let me make sure I got this thing on here working. So I'm getting ready to hit the play button. So this is the original 1968 classic from George A. Romero, the original Night of the Living Dead. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Make sure my earbuds working. Yep. So I was gonna look it up, and I forgot. What was the original name of this movie? Because that's what happened. It was named something. And then they changed the name of it, and because they changed the title card and made it Night of the Living Dead, which if you look, it's in a totally different font than the rest of it. That title card that they took out originally had the copyright on it. And because a movie back then, if it didn't have the copyright displayed on it, they couldn't copyright it, so it ended up in the public domain. So the original name of Night of the Living Dead was, I'm gonna look it up. I read it here recently. I can't even remember it. Night of the Flesh Eaters was the original name. Yeah, and Dougie got it up as soon as I did. Night of the Flesh Eaters. It was it said they agreed to show the film uncensored, but changed the title from Night of the Flesh Eaters to Night of the Living Dead because the film had already been produced under a similar title to the former. So bad luck for them. I guess it ultimately worked out because pretty much Romero and the people involved in this, obviously springboard everything. But I was looking at the Internet Movie Database um, for this, even though Romero obviously, it springboarded his career. The people that are in it didn't really do a lot for their career. Um, um, Dwayne Jones, obviously, this was a super important film for him as far as being a black lead in there, and being so important to the movie. But I look, he doesn't have a ton of screen credits to his name. So I heard that Judith O'Day here is a sweetheart. I'd love to meet her one day at one of the conventions. If any of you guys that watches this, let me know if you've met any of the cast members. I do like the remake of this as well. The Night of the Living Dead is one of the remake from Tom Savini is one of the best remakes out there. Tony Todd playing the lead in that. They did change a lot with the female lead, but I love it because this part here of this guy with the glasses was played by the great Bill Moseley in the remake. So that's kind of cool. I like that. So can I assume the technical difficulties were obviously the same thing that led to the zombies? Man, it's been a long time since I watched this. I know Criterion released a Blu-ray of this, and I've owned that. And then they were just released the 4K. I've heard mixed reviews of the 4K. I was considering getting it because of the Barnes and Noble sale. Doug said he's never watched the remake either. The remake is really good. Like I said, I like it. There's a lot more gore. They do change up a teeny bit of the plot. I don't want to spoil too much, but if you haven't seen it, but they really do. The female lead here is totally different the way they handle her character in the remake. Still need to see Day of the Dead. You talking about the original Romero Day of the Dead? So obviously Dawn of the Dead came after this, and that's probably more popular or just as popular. Day of the Dead is weird. It's a little bit different. It's the one that's got more about the military in it, and I know it's not some people's cup of tea, so to speak. I have seen Land of the Dead. Got that from the Dollar Tree. Yeah, Land of the Dead, and I think I got Survival of the Dead from the Dollar Tree a long time ago. The classic line is getting ready to come up here though, with him and Barbara. Could you see the old man walking there in the background? This copy, I'm watching it off Peacock. It looks pretty good. I bet it will look even better in 4K though. Praying's for church. You got Survival and never watched it. It's okay. I mean, after the first couple, they're not great. Here it comes. They're coming to get you, Barbara. You know, a lot of people, I remember when they were talking about remaking this with the 1990, I was in college because I remember I went to see it. My best friend hated it because he loved the original, and I actually liked it. I couldn't see buying this. I got my DVD from Horror Block. Yeah. When we get into it, I'll let you know why they say there's some problems with the, not really problems, but people don't like the 4K as much. In the remake, they take this scene a little too far. There's multiple zombies in the, and I think one of them is half dressed because they were like in the casket, and as they're walking, it's a dude like it pulls his clothes off. Did you any of you guys that watch this like now or later, put some comments down below, like when this part here where the first quote unquote zombie that you see that's chasing after her going to the car, when did you see that when they did the anniversary edition and they filmed new scenes and put in here, and they actually got the original actor back and put him in the makeup and everything and tried to film scenes and insert them to make it seem like it was added footage? It looks so corny and unrealistic. Like the footage just looks so different. Now, if it's remastered in 4K now, they might get away with it, but and these I like these zombies because they're like different kinds. Some of them just wander around. This guy is actually smart enough, kind of like the Walking Dead zombies, where they're able to do stuff. Graphics better. Like, do they actually look like zombies because they look like regular humans? I don't know. There's a, if you watch the colorized version of this, um, they found every way under the sun to ruin this movie, I guess, since it's public domain. It says there's somebody else watching it other than Doug. Who's out there? I didn't promote this much during the week on a lot of my social media stuff because I felt so bad up until Thursday that I didn't know whether I was going to do it or not. So hopefully some more people will drop by later. She's running. This part is the part that kind of bothered me. If she's got enough sense to herself to run like this and get out of the car and do all that, then I'm watching it in the original black and white. I've only watched it in that cheesy colorized version one time, and I thought it looked silly. One of the reasons I thought this might, wouldn't have been in the public domain is because of all the music that's in it, where you would think that if that's copywritten by whoever did it, but I guess since it's in the movie, it's all inclusive. Feeling bad because of messaging that actress? No. I'm gonna message the one that was in Terrifier 2 as well. Those people, a lot of those people probably get tons of stuff from different people, once they've been in movies or whatever, and they just don't respond to it. See, I also, when I've interviewed people on my channel early on, and I'm gonna probably do some more. But I often wonder, what do those people think that if they go on a channel and they don't get a lot of interaction from people? Because like my channel is obviously small. But I've watched a couple people interview some of the main actors from Terrifier 2. And while they were watching it, they only had like 5 viewers. So I mean, I guess I should just go ahead and bite the bullet and just put the net out there and try to see as many people as I can, because I would love to get. It's a cut. One of the actresses that's in the first Terrifier that I like, and it's one in the second one that I would love to be able to either interview or just chat with. That's why I was thinking about watching Terrifier next week. I want to watch it again before I jump out there and either, because I want to review them and talk about the movies, because I'm still in some of the Facebook groups where people don't realize that Art the Clown from All Hallows Eve that we watched, was it last week, that's the same character from Terrifier. Most people don't even know that, or they haven't seen it because they didn't connect the dots. So I think that's some interesting stuff to still talk about. Look at this guy. Yeah, a lot of those people don't even read messages from fans. Yeah, it's on peak. You talking about this Night of the Living Dead? Yeah, or you talking about? Is that what you're talking about? This is that I think there's a version of Night of the Living Dead, the original, on Netflix. I think there's a version on Peacock. There might even been one on HBO Max because it's public domain, so I guess they all can show it. On the Peacock, when I started it before I got on here, there was an actual Universal logo in front of it. Terrifier. I don't know. I have to look, but there's a I can take a look. There is a stream of it that's still on YouTube of the whole movie. And there's that's the skull. I use that in the little opening um splash photo I made. Here you go. Do you guys consider him or her the main character of this movie? Because once he gets in there, she doesn't do a lot of communicating. Who would you consider the main character of this movie? Is it Ben or Barbara? The most interesting person is a black guy. I don't think he mentioned his name. I don't know if they mentioned it in here. I know I looked at it. His name is Ben. There may be. He may tell her one time what his name is. I can't remember. So I'll assume that she's, they just got it where she's in shock. But once she's in the house and stays in there a while, knows that she's protected. I don't know why she would be in shock for so long. I know there's one part where they do a news broadcast in here. Since you watched it recently, do you remember? Did they actually 100% come out and say what caused all this? Was it something about a UFO? Yeah, she just lingers around with him. Hey, she did say something. I didn't remember her speaking very much. She said what's happening. Something of radiation from Saturn. Yeah, I didn't remember if that's what they said or not. I know this movie was, kind of important. You had a black man as a lead actor in a movie. I thought that was kind of cool. This is 1968. Had there ever been any other main black actors leading movies back then? When did In the Heat of the Night come out? That was in 67. So it had Sidney Poitier in it. So I know that was pretty significant too. So it was around the same time. So I thought that was kind of cool that, it was trying to set some precedents there with putting a good mix of people in this house. That's the one thing right there that a lot of people were complaining about the 4K of this. Can you hear those crickets in the background? They say that the remastered soundtrack, that the crickets are terrible as far as being able to hear them. You said it, yeah, I'm not making fun of you, man, but it's just funny. You meant NASA. It says your comment. You said nasal. Nasal tried to blow up the spaceship, but somehow it got to Earth because the people were infected. But the reason I was saying is because other than this movie, none of the other ones, I don't think they mention anything about what caused the zombie outbreak. I know. I was just being funny. It happens to me all the time. You would think NASA would be a key word, or it would autocorrect NASA. He told her not to look at it. Listen to there you go. Listen to them crickets. I popped me some light popcorn this time. I got my dollar store containers that I put it in. A buddy of mine, I found some Dollar Tree movies, but I didn't find very many. One of you guys, Ken, that sometimes shows up in these chats and streams, he said his store got 10 boxes out and they're putting it out, I think, this week. I guess it's a good thing they found this house back in the sticks. It's got toolboxes and shit laying all the way around. That junk drawer looks worse than mine. Don't he hit her in one part of this? Like smack her? Yeah, if there's no window or door open or whatever, why would you be hearing the crickets that loud? I think is what somebody was saying, and that it's even louder in the remastered version. Found that music box. I don't remember if they explained it in this one, but in the remake, they were saying that the house was being remodeled and they had all the old doors and cabinet doors and everything upstairs. Do I have any of the movie theater tins? I have Batman from Batman, Superman, and the Batman, but it's hard plastic and a hard plastic. No, the isn't that AMC theaters that gives that stuff away? My theater is a Regal, and they never had anything. Like I went to see the Batman, and they didn't have anything. Um, somebody I bought cheap from somebody gave me the I bought the Halloween Kills one that had the cups and the popcorn bucket. Yeah, I never got any tins or whatever. And yes, he punches her. That's cool. Mr. Old School says, "Good evening, Jeff man. Hope you're doing well." I appreciate that. I don't know if you saw my post yet, man. I was sick as a dog for about, I think during the live stream, was it last Sunday? I felt bad. It was starting. I woke up Monday terrible. I couldn't work and I couldn't breathe, could barely talk. I had a sinus infection and pretty much bronchitis. So it took almost all week long to get over that. I tested 2 times thinking, I might have had COVID because of how bad I felt. But luckily I didn't have it. And knock on wood, those free government tests came in handy. That's like the worst boarding you could do, isn't it? Somebody get that cricket out of the house. He should have done the whole thing like they do in movies. Be like, watch and pull it, pull the cloth off the table. Probably got my heat on. Was freezing my ass off. Didn't want to do anything because it was so cold. Was your heat messed up? I was. If you saw me texting a minute ago, I heard our heat cut on. So I was asking my wife, was it that cold? Was the damn heat on, or was she just checking it to make sure it was going to work? She said you got it back on. You don't want to do anything because it was so cold. Yeah, it's supposed to be really cold in my area this coming week. I shouldn't have done that. I got some kernels in my mouth. Sorry if you can hear that. So if anybody joins, Doug, you want to give them a time? I don't think COVID was as serious as they said it was. I think I probably had it once and then missed a day of work. Since the smell and taste was off about 3 or 4 days, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, it was once it started spreading, I think, is when they got worried because they didn't know what to do. But knock on wood, I haven't had it, and I'm like you. I think my son and I did have it, um, probably once at the beginning because of how bad we felt, but we thought it was just the normal flu. Oops. The manager has to turn it on the propane torch. Oh, okay. Time was at 26:24 when I asked. That's about where we're at in this. Well, tell him to get his ass down there next time, man. If you get cold, if you're paying, they shouldn't allow you to get cold. Why? And like I said, I'm not going to mention it anymore after this, probably. Why do you hear the crickets so much right here? I mean, what are the windows open or the doors open? I mean, I don't hear crickets that much in my house, and I live in the country. This guy's a pretty good actor. I mean, I would have thought he'd have did some more stuff after this. Like I said, it had projects listed, but nothing that I saw that anybody would have remembered. Let's see. Dwayne Jones is his name. I know he's passed away. He died early. He died in 1988. He was only 51 years old. He didn't do another movie until 73, Ganja and Hess. Then he didn't do another movie until 82, Losing Ground. Then he was in Beach Street. I remember seeing that. Looks like it's just some cheesy horror movies. To Die For. I don't know what that is. He was a bit player in that, looks. So, but I know a lot of these people were working for the company. I think they'd make commercials and stuff. Said he was a former English professor who was also directed at a theater. It says his casting as the hero was unique as it was the first occasion that an African American actor had portrayed the hero in a horror film. He had heart failure. Doug said I had to clean my apartment before he came over. Don't want him coming over with it being all messy. And he told me at least half the people still had their heat on from last year. Well, why didn't you have yours on from last year then? Is there a new Dollar Tree drop? Think I may have some new titles available from the people I follow on YouTube and Instagram. Yeah, I've got I don't know if it's an official drop, but my stores week before last had each got in a small handful of new titles that I'm seeing a lot of people find. I've got the videos on my computer and I'm in the middle of editing them now, so watch out. I'm gonna drop at least 2 videos this week. But somebody told me there was a Ken that sometimes pops in here said that his store got 10 boxes of movies to put out over the next week or so. So I'm wondering if they're going to put them out right before the Black Friday sale. So watch out. But my stores are packed with old titles from the last couple drops. So I don't know if we're going to get any more new ones. Like I said, they got a box or 2 in that I picked through, and mostly it was the same titles at all the stores. But yeah, so there's supposedly, I guess some people will get a new drop soon. Yeah, that must not have been that smart. Is this when he hits her? Is this when she gets bitch slapped? Oh, well, she hit him first. He knocked the shit out of her. Look, she made her wig go off lopsided. I'm just kidding. It might not have been a wig, but he knocked her ass out. You know they wouldn't allow them to do that shit in a movie today. Man punch, yeah. She hit him first though. He's like, let me loosen up these clothes over here. If this was made today, she'd wake up, she'd be laying there naked. Be like, let me loosen those clothes up for you, ma'am. Can you imagine now if like an alien invasion or something happened and it knocked out like the internet and everything? People would like shit their pants and wouldn't be able to live. What does Dollar Tree do with all the movies they can't get rid of? Just keep them and let them pile up? All those MGM titles that have been there. I don't know. I keep asking myself that because I'm worried that that's why we're not getting a lot of the new Dollar Tree drops because, or at least not a lot of them because, um, the two main stores that I go to, one has a whole gigantic shelf of like 4 deep that of movies all the way back from the MGM titles, and they've never put any of them on sale. I joked with the manager one time and asked him was he going to discount them down to 50 cents or whatever, and he said no, that they wouldn't let him. So, but you would think one person even in one of the Dollar Tree groups claims that Dollar Tree is going to not sell movies that much longer. That this might be one of the last couple of months that they sell them. I thought that's what was going to happen in this movie. Only one, yeah, only nude, and that's a dude, right? And like a naked, is it a naked man you see from behind? It's always joke with my family when we're looking at a movie. If it says rated R and there's graphic nudity, that's always graphic nudity with a man. That means you got to see male genitalia. Is it a woman? I didn't remember. This is when he's squirting down that chair. I remember this part. I haven't seen this. I haven't watched this movie in years. What do you guys think it was so classic for? Because I guess it hadn't been a zombie movie like this, and they didn't call them zombies. He never referred to his zombies as zombies. Romero didn't. You see her breast, really? Oh, for 1968. I got this Peacock version I'm watching. Are they gonna show the breast? It'd be shitty if they edited it. Not that I care. When it happens on yours, put it up on there, so I'll let you know whether they edited out of this one or not. Is this the first zombie movie? I don't know. I know wasn't there like a Bela Lugosi movie like called White Zombie or something? That it was the classic idea was like back in the day of like the voodoo type zombies and shit. Um, this might have been one of the first ones where like actual dead people were rising. I was reading about this a while back, and I think the other person that teamed up with Romero to make it, because of the way it worked out and it got into the public domain, they were involved in making the Return of the Living Dead. I would be pissed too. She's like, oh, look, I got my fucking head smashed in. What's going on? If I was those people downstairs, that heard all this stuff and didn't come up, I'd be pissed too, as old Ben is. There's no way they would have thought all that shit was zombies messing around up there. He's tired now. I will be too. They're gonna have he's gonna be smoking cigarettes. White Zombie was first, yeah, 1932. Wow. Um, this has got a lot of things you wouldn't see nowadays in it. You got him bitch slapping her. Got him smoking cigarettes. It's awful ironic now. You'd be more likely to see somebody smoking marijuana in a movie than you would be a regular cigarette. Speaking of that, I saw a picture somebody posted on Facebook where they did a picture at Sears like back in the 80s, and the kid that was in it was standing next to a giant pack of Marlboros. Um, that was fun. But do you think it would have been included in the classic monsters? No. He was looking around for their porn stash up there instead of a gun. She she's like, "Fuck you, dude. I'm not talking to you. You smashed my face." He's Superman punched her like Roman Reigns. He's like acting like it wasn't anything. So he found all that stuff, and now he's willing to stay. But earlier, when he got there, he was telling her, "We got to hurry up and get out of here and find some other people." She don't want to talk to him anymore. He can still see the bruise. She's like, "No, my ears are ringing where you bitch slapped me." She's like, "Go give me some ice to put on my face where you smack me." Ever heard of the 70 show Emergency? I recently picked up all 7 seasons on DVD for $5 a piece. I read reviews and they were almost perfect. Lots of people said it was a great show. Yeah, I do. My dad's watched that. It what used to be on one of the what do you call it? Retro TV or Rewind TV or one of those, and he used to watch that a lot. And I think he enjoyed it. I don't. I probably have seen it with him before, but I don't remember. Where did you get them for $5 a piece at? That's a pretty good deal, man. So you got like the whole all of it for like 35 bucks. What'd you say? She reminds me of Sally from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Yeah, a little bit. Her look. I don't know if you guys watched my well, speaking of that, I guess that might be one. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is that on a streaming service where we could a popular streaming service where we might could all watch it together? I know that's on Shutter. But if you watch my movie hunt, you'll see I placed an order for at Diabolique DVD, and I ordered the X 4K media book because I thought it looked cool, and they finally had it back in stock. And I ordered the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 in 4K, and they shipped me the wrong movie. They shipped me the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 4K, like from I think it was a German release. And so I asked them what kind of deal they would cut me to keep it and ship me the one that they were supposed to, so they wouldn't have to send it back. And they worked me out a sweet deal. So I got the 4K of it. I haven't watched it all yet, but the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be a good one to watch. annoying to me. You got them at thrift store. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the thrift store near me barely has anything. Sir Real Cinema, hello world. What's going on? We're watching the original classic, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. It's hey Doug, where are we at time wise? I guess I could look. 41 minutes, 52 seconds on mine. From where you get it, Diabolique DVD. They sometimes I found them online because they sell a lot of foreign releases, and once I got my region free player, and well, you don't really need a region free player for 4K movies. There's no region coding on 4K movies, so they have their movies priced VHS for 25 cents, DVDs for $1, Blu-rays for $2. That's kind of cool. Man, every time I go in our thrift store, Goodwill, to get VHS tapes or whatever, because I still collect some horror ones, every half of them got damn mold in them. So yeah, we're a little over the 41 minute mark. The old fart from downstairs finally made its way up top with the young guy. Old Ben's pissed off at him because they heard all that noise going on up there. The majority of Blu-rays that I buy from England and Australia don't seem to need a region-free player either. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Lately, a lot of people are saying that a lot of movies say they're region coded, and then if you put them in, they aren't actually. But I've got a region free player. You're ahead of me. Where are you at? What point are you at? I'm at 40. Shit, I can't even see that little print. 43.20. But yeah, like I said, if you buy 4Ks online, it doesn't matter what country they're from. They're always all the 4Ks are region free, so it doesn't matter. Did I have them here? What the fuck did I do with them? Hold on one second. I thought I kept them in here. I guess I didn't. But I got the media book for X because I know Pearl was I'm waiting for the American version. I just purchased a complete series of X-Files from Germany. It says all regions. Yeah, somebody told me that Germany set of Doug says we're now at 43.25 on his. Either way, around the 43-minute mark. Yeah, somebody told me that Germany set of X-Files was cool and that it played all regions. How much was that? I've only got a couple seasons of X-Files. I think I got them in like big lots for like $5 or so. What would you guys do if you're in this movie and you're like, this old fart comes up here and he's like, I don't give a shit what you guys are going to do up here, but I'm going to go back downstairs. So would you stay upstairs or would you pin yourself into the basement? To me, I would have a plan where I would keep the basement door open and ready to bar it up, and then only go in there if they started breaking into the house. I'm not sure if I already asked this or not, but do they think 4K is as far as they would go for physical media, or will they release something? I'm hearing that most people say that 4K is probably as far as they would go, but over in Asia, I heard that they may do some 8 because they're already recording 8K video. I got some on my shirt. But I don't know if they're going to do 8K movie releases because as of right now, I don't know, man. There's a lot of 4Ks that when you watch them, that they're not much better than the especially catalog stuff than the regular Blu-ray. So they're supposed to be coming out with the American release of Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K. Yeah, I wasn't going to keep it. I was going to ship it back, but they cut me like a really sweet deal to keep it, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it because it's gonna be the same master. It's the 4K master they did from the original 16 millimeter film. I think that's what they said. So there's no way they're gonna remaster that. Most of them online I find are going for 300 to 400. There's even some that are 600. I only paid a fraction of that at 160. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I love when you can find some deals like that. Um, Somebody told me that Best Buy was having um an early like Black Friday sale tomorrow, but it might only be most of the titles that they've already had. Like at there's the female's ass right there. I didn't catch any breasts. I saw an ass. Nudity alert. Red alert. Red alert. Nudity alert. Did you ever get the 4K TV calibrate thinking of calling Geek Squad to have someone do that to mine? No, I've got mine pretty much calibrated where I want it. Um, Mine's got the different modes in it, so if something's too dark, I can switch it from the theatrical to like I forget what they call it, and some discs are really dark in 4K. I'm completely blown away and surprised by myself. I only picked up 1984 this time around from Criterion. Maybe in July I'll pick up a few more, but nothing interests me. I'm thinking about getting this. I was thinking about getting Night of the Living Dead, but I'm worried because they said that I was telling them earlier. They said that there's parts in it that the damn crickets will kill you. Um, Watching it in 4K. Oh, we're getting into the That's why I'm not falling for the 4K trap. Blu-ray is more than fine with me. I'm not upgrading. Well, I said that. What I'm doing now is, since I don't get free review copies from anybody yet, and maybe I will in the future if my channel grows anymore, but unless it's a brand new movie that's the 4K is going to look good. A lot of catalog titles I'm waiting, and I'm waiting for some of the big reviewers to actually review it. And the few that I trust, if they say that the transfer is really good, if it's a movie that I like, then I will. But if they say that it's hit or miss, I made a mistake. I'll go ahead and tell you. If you watch my movie hunt this week, I didn't remember if I didn't think I had Saturday Night Fever on Blu-ray. I had it on DVD, so I went ahead and bought Saturday Night Fever in 4K, and that movie is hit or miss, man. There's scenes of that look awesome, and then there's other scenes that the Blu-ray, when I put it in, actually look better with clearer picture. So I don't know what they did to remaster that thing, but it looks like shit. So that's another example of why I should have waited and listened to some reviews of that stuff. I've heard if you don't have a TV calibrated, you could be missing out on details. Well, when I bought mine, I went online and watched a video that somebody had of all the settings that they were recommending for my model on my TV, and I just went with that. I wish I could get a hold of free review copies. That would be so much fun. Yeah, I know. I contacted one, and they told me that I couldn't even be considered until I got at least 2,000 subscribers. So hey, we're on the way. I'm almost there. We're about 1,700. You got 3 or 4 sex comments. I know. I blocked one of them. You guys, it was sexy time there for a second. You guys could have got 69 megacom. You will find a girl for you. I'm still upgrading VHS tapes. I've pretty much sold almost all my VHS. I wished I hadn't sold all of them when I did. There's people now that are back into collecting VHS, and some of the ones I sold, I could have probably made a lot more money. But I didn't have room for VHS, DVDs, and Blu-rays. Back to this movie. Do you remember they said the girl was hurt? Do they ever tell whether she actually got bitten? Because if one of those people upstairs, you'd think they would be like, oh, if she got bitten, we don't want a chance of her mixing in with us up here. Leave her down there. I feel bad for the mother of that girl. She got the girl that's been bitten or whatever, and then she's got him acting like a douchebag. See, he didn't even tell her the right stuff. Yeah, VHS really takes up a bunch of space. There's something nostalgic about them, I guess. I like so much. I picked up a couple more today. 2000 Leagues Under the Sea. I've got a lot of the Warner Brothers, the big clamshell cases of some of my favorite horror movies, like Cujo, and I kept like Superman 1, 2, and 3 that I had, but I sold most of those a long time ago. I'm definitely, if I can pick up a Blu-ray at the Dollar Tree or some other cheap store, I always upgrade my DVD and then I'll put it in like a double case and keep the DVD and the Blu-ray together. I still have VHS tapes. I still got the complete 41 collection of Universal Monsters. Those are kind of cool. I know a lot of people would still collect those, Doug. Everybody's always into the Universal Monsters. Yeah, see, they did mention his name there. Talking about Ben. Universal Monsters VHS are awesome, Dougie. Yeah, they are. Like I said, people always have collected the Universal Monster stuff: Laserdisc, VHS, a DVD, Blu-ray. Now everybody's rebuying them on 4K. There's certain movies like that anybody will rebuy just because of how good the movies are and how collectible the stuff is. Um, yeah, there was one catalog movie that was coming out this week. Reservoir Dogs. I wonder how that look in 4K. I wonder if they remastered that. I wish, like I said, I wished I could get in with some of these places and get some review copies. I wish I had the display thing from Family Video. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have you heard about these people treating VHS like baseball cards and having them graded? How crazy movies are meant to be watched and not treated like precious metal. Yeah, I guess because most people don't even have VCRs anymore. They just treat them as a collectible. But yeah, that's ridiculous getting a VHS tape graded. Number one, you're grading, I'm assuming, the case because they're not opening it. So how do you know that the VHS tape inside, that there isn't even something wrong with it? So you're basically keeping it sealed. It's not like it's an action figure. I have Here Comes the Monsters on VHS. Yeah, I think you were the one telling me that. That was kind of cool. I always wished, is there a website that you can get? Is there a list of like movies on VHS that you can't buy on DVD, or is there DVDs you can't buy on Blu-rays? That would be a cool for somebody to keep track of that stuff. It would be funny if they graded a moldy tape and no one knew. Yeah, I know, because all it's got to do is get one little crack in the plastic, and mold can get in VHS tapes easy. There's not many copies. Yeah, that's probably like one of those, hey, she's firing up a cigarette. Don't be afraid of me. I'm just going to give you secondhand smoke. I don't know about a website, but I know that there are a ton of movies that never got upgraded from VHS to DVD and DVD to VHS, fewer and fewer titles as time goes on. Yeah, I know. I used to, there was a lot of movies that I liked that weren't on Blu-ray at first, but I think almost every single one of them, the ones that I wanted, eventually made their way to Blu-ray or at least DVD. I was laughing at somebody, and there's some bad movies that haven't made it to Blu-ray. I know one right off the bat. Caddyshack 2 never made it to Blu-ray, but you can get it on Vudu in widescreen HD. Not that I would know anything about that. I don't want to let anybody know that I watch Caddyshack 2, but if you want a widescreen copy of it, you can get it digital. Who is he to tell anybody anything? Out of my collection of 6,000 titles, about 800 of them are VHS, and out of that 800, there are probably 250 that are out of print and not been upgraded. That's cool. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite movie, um, or a favorite VHS? I remember back. I've got one rack of VHS in this room with my collectibles on the other side, and it's mostly horror. And I've got all of the original Friday the 13th releases, the Halloween movies. I don't have any like super rare like Halloween copies like the original one, that came out, but I do have um the regular release and the one with the white portion on it that's gonna end up having the TV version and with the extra scenes in it. That's kind of cool. I didn't even know I had it until somebody told me that's what I had. Web Movie One and Cool Duder collect out of print VHSs. They do. I don't really see them looking at. I guess I see them in thrift stores a lot. Cool. I'll give you some insight. There's two people that got me into YouTube as far as me wanting to do YouTube. Cool Duder was one. I used to watch him do his quick movie reviews at the end of his movie hunts, and it would help me decide what I wanted to buy. And then Drum Dums is a guy that got me into one of the horror groups I'm in, and I used to trust a lot of his movie reviews, and he's the one gave me some pointers of what I should do as far as starting a channel. My all-time favorite movie would be The Big Lebowski. My next favorite movie is probably going to be Misery with Kathy Bates. If I had a grail of a VHS I wish I had, it would be of my favorite movie, which is Jaws. I would like the old MCA rainbow tape of Jaws and Jaws 2, but dude, I can't hardly afford what I buy now. I use the YouTube money, the little bit I make, to buy a lot of the movies that I get. It's not like I make a ton, but I don't really see myself investing that money back in the VHS tapes. What movie one and Cool Dude really into collecting out of print? There's a bunch of YouTubers that only collect out of print titles. They just happen to be two of the bigger guys. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I got a lot of out of print DVDs and Blu-rays. Holy Grail VHS. Okay, there's a movie called Skinner that has Ricky Lake in it. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm only going to purchase it out of the wild. I'm looking for it. I used to have that movie on DVD. It was in one of those funky ass jewel cases. I remember exactly what the cover looked like. I might have sold it because there at one time when I got into Blu-rays and we were moving, I sold a lot of my VHS and DVDs, and then I regretted it after the fact. But you can't keep everything. And there at one point I was trying to collect toys because I was making custom action figures. And then like I've told the story before, once I got into YouTube, people started asking me more about the movie stuff. And that's why I wanted to start getting into movies more. So most of the Facebook groups I in are related to movies now. This is the part where they're trying to meet with the military guys and trying to explain what's going on and what they're doing about it. This is weird. So, and then that Romero is one of the interviewers. I think it is. So you got people in Washington. There's no zombies around or anything. So they're all out in the countryside. Like right now, they're supposed to be, I guess, live on the news, and they're out in Washington in the streets, and there's no zombies walking around. Brendan Mitchell is Wet Movie One, and Sean C. Phillips is Cool Duder. Sorry if his name isn't spelled correctly. Yeah, we used to get on my nerves is when old Cool Duder would start his video. He'd be like, Sean C. Phillips here. And it's like he would say his name so fast you couldn't understand what the hell he was talking about. But I've talked to him several times about YouTube and, getting recommendations and stuff. I've been trying to find the Walt Disney movie Black Hole on Laserdisc. It has some special features that would be fun to watch. I didn't keep a lot of my laser discs. I've still got a player that I haven't fired it up in a year or so, but it still worked the last time I tried it. But I kept some of my favorite movies. Like I got the signature edition of Jaws that came with the 2 discs, and I think it was one of the first times you could get that 2-hour documentary on it. And then it came with the book and the soundtrack. So I still have that. I think I still got Pulp Fiction. I used to get Laserdisc because it was one of the first ways you could get movies in actual widescreen. and I had a pretty big TV. So even though they were letterbox widescreen, they still looked good. I remember buying Monty Python and the Holy Grail on Laserdisc because I wanted it in widescreen for some reason. I have Brandon autograph. I got the opportunity to meet him once. I about 6 movies that Sean was in. Yeah, I was gonna get one of those Cinema Sickness Titanics on VHS, but I haven't done it yet. Maybe one day I'll be popular enough where you'll want to get my autograph. He won't expect my friend request, but Brendan did, possibly because they had a falling out and aren't really good friends anymore. Yeah, I know. I've talked to both of them just in chats and stuff, and I watched a couple of their videos back then. That's pretty cheesy that they're not friends anymore. Yeah, this is going to sound silly, so don't laugh. But some of you're talking about getting autographs. A lot of the stuff that I did, like for those Halloween videos, like the props I made, like the script in one, and it was a couple things. I saved a lot of that stuff, and I figured maybe one day if I was ever popular, I might could sign it and send it to somebody just as a joke. Sweet Jaw said I have an episode of Star Trek Next Generation on Laserdisc. That's cool. I used to have Star Trek Next Generation was one of the first um sets that I bought from those Columbia House videos. I don't know if you guys remember those. I used to sign up for those Columbia House things, buy the one, cancel it, and then join again and just change my name a little bit. And that was where you're supposed to only be able to do it one per household. But I joined the Columbia House record and tape and CD club and the video club so many times before they changed the rules that I got so many of them free that I finished the soap TV series and the Star Trek TV series that way. Star Trek Next Generation. But so in this movie, right, we're to the part where they're talking about finding the key to the gas pump. What kind of quality is Laserdisc? As good as DVD or no? I would say I don't remember whether it was. I think it was probably 480, which is the same as DVD. From what I remember on the TV I had, Laserdisc looked really good, and so it looked just as good as DVD. But the problem was is that Laserdisc, if you didn't have a player that could automatically flip, you had to flip the movie over, and long movies sometimes had multiple discs. My mom was a member of the cassette tape and CD club. I was too young at the time. Sorry, I'm an old fart. I have the trading cards from the Monster Squad 25th anniversary edition included with a ticket and Blu-ray from eBay. That's kind of cool. I love the Monster Squad. Laserdisc is better than VHS, but not quite as good as DVD. Is analog format, just like a record. Yeah, but it is on an actual disc. Speaking of that, give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can grab something. You guys know what this is? You guys ever seen one of these? RCA video disc. Problem with automatic flipping machines, they break. Oops. They break very easily. Yeah, a buddy of mine had one and his stopped flipping. So yeah, mine doesn't flip. That is a CD. Yep, sure is. I've got a handful of these left. The first movies that my dad and I would rent together were CDs. They had a place around here that you could rent them from. You could rent like 5 for $20 and keep them for a week. And so when we got to the point of we were renting them a lot, I bought. My dad bought our 10 favorite movies, and then I kept the few of my favorite movies because I always liked this cover for Jaws, and that's my favorite movie. I don't think they ever released the first Halloween on there. I remember renting Halloween 2. I've got that. I've got Animal House. I've got Escape from New York, and I think I got Porky's. Do you have a player still? Shit, I got something sticky on this thing. Do you have a player? Because my player quit working. And so, but I never wanted to get rid of the few I had. My VHS stopped working, and they're expensive for a good one. I got one at $5 at Goodwill about a year ago. I no longer have a CED player. I've been on the hunt for one for about 5 years. My old one just quit. I think it was the needle. Yeah, the little needle compact part is probably that, and the little motor that runs that section. I'm trying to get. I got a sticky label on my jaws. I don't want to tear it up. No, that's what I was. I don't. I don't have the player anymore. Um, I don't know that I would want it. I mean, they're just like records. If you get them dirty or fingerprints on them, they skip. But I remember exactly where Jaws ends. You remember the part where the boy is sitting on the beach? Do you know the Muffin Man? And then he's sitting there, and then they show the fin behind him. That's where the Jaws movie ends on side one, and you have to get up and flip the damn thing over. I tried going to a thrift shop, and it wasn't coming in good. All right, I got it off. All right, let me see if I can do this real quick. I'll show you guys. This is an actual record. I know we're off topic here. We're watching this movie, but the quality was absolute garbage. They don't hold up, and I don't know if you want to play them. Not only are they expensive, but yeah, they're a pain. Yeah, the quality is not good. It's literally, if you don't keep these things clean, they're literally worse than VHS. It's got little tabs in the top here and here that if you stick something in there, you can actually open them up. I did it. Look at there. All right, watch. See, it's a record. It's an actual record. It looks like a laser disc, but it's black, solid black, like a record. And actually, this one looks pretty good. I don't see a lot of fingerprints and scratches on it. So, this was my favorite movie. So I've kept every version of Jaws that I've owned. And I don't say that I've got every version of Jaws. Like I said, I really would like to get that super cool MCA videotape release, but I do have the version that came after that. But I like that because they had the cool movie poster art. The good thing about CEDs is they really did keep most of the original poster art for their covers, and they don't do like movies today and got to reinvent the cover art and everything on them. So I thought that was cool. At least somebody you guys know what the hell that is. CED is also analog, and it looks like a record with a bunch of grease on it. It's kind of like a big, yeah, it's like I just showed you. It looks just like a record when you pull it out. Oh wow, I've never seen that before. Very cool. Yeah, I used to think they were cool too. Almost thought you were going to see your glasses break from opening it. No, dude, this is my old junk second set of glasses. So I just used the corner of it to stick down in there. Oh, this is when the truck's getting ready to blow up on these guys here. This is one of the better parts. So the lady gets in the truck with the boy. I guess Ben hadn't learned you got to shoot him in the head yet. He's getting on the back of the truck holding that stick or whatever with the fire on it. I have Jaws and Devix at one point in time. Excuse me. I think my wife threw it away when she cleaned out the CDs. Yeah, I never bought that on Devix. Devix was at Circuit City, and I don't remember my Circuit City getting Jaws. If they did, I probably would have bought it. That was the dumbest fucking idea in the history of movies. Trying to make it where you got to pay. Either you pay it up front and watch the whole and have the rights to always watch it as much as you want, as long as their service can connect with the player to their service to validate your purchase, or you have to buy it like a rental. Every time you watch it, you have to pay something. That was just the most asinine idea I've ever heard of. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna do a see, I wished I had some complete collections like some people because I've seen people do videos like all the versions of Jaws that I own, and they've got all the cool versions. I never did that at once. Like I don't have all the versions that I would want, so my any collection video would be incomplete. I think if I've already pretty much settled that I'm going to do. A lot of people keep asking me about different collections of movies that I have. Like I got my Criterions on the shelf up over here, and I've got all of those. What are the ones with the VHS style covers? I've got all those. I'm considering starting my Patreon and have it real cheap and having it to where those I do exclusive collection videos. Um, I don't know. Good night, guys. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the support. Come on back and support us anyway. I missed your other message. I'm going to let you go for the night. I'm going to spend some time with my son. I'll see you later, buddy. You have a good evening. Yeah, like once again, I really appreciate you coming by. Stop by even more. Give us some ideas. I'm considering watching Terrifier next week because I want to review it on the channel. I need to watch it again. When do they think they will stop making DVDs? They've been going since 97 and still going. There's no way 4K will last half that long. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you go with places like Walmart or whatever, I guess a lot of people never upgraded to Blu-ray because there's a lot of movies that only come out on DVD, or when Walmart gets them, they only get them on DVD. Have a good night, then. Yep, I appreciate him coming by. It's always nice to see some new people, new faces, and names in here, so to speak. I talked for like 20 minutes. We missed a big part of this movie. Oh well. That's the cool part about it. We don't have to watch the whole thing if we don't want. That's when that asshole Cooper locked him out. I shot him then. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that look he gave him. Go to my last comment. Which one? Oh, Ben should have stayed. Put maybe would have lived. I don't know. It's scripted, but for argument's sake, yeah. But to go back to what he said, DVDs are weird. I've watched some on my 4K TV on my 4K player that didn't look half bad. I guess it's all in how they make it. Look, he's bitch slapping him like he did the lady. So they're weird, but if they don't have a lot of good production value, man, a lot of DVDs look like trash on a nice TV with I don't know. So, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there still buying DVDs though. Look at that guy. He got bitch slapped by Ben. Now he's looking all like that girl, not wanting to say anything. I really felt sorry for them. I also felt they were a little stupid with the way got their truck blown up. Some things are only available on DVD. Yeah, I know. It's like they don't want to spend the money to remaster the movies anymore and put them on at least Blu-ray. I thought at this point we would already be to where Blu-ray everything would come out on Blu-ray. They would, the process would already be so cheap that everybody would be doing it. Hey, look, these zombies are so happy now because they're finally able to eat something that's got cooked instead of just eating raw flesh. It's I got my earbud in. The one thing good thing about the AirPods is that the sound is really crisp. It was gross. You could hear that woman like eating the flesh off the bone. Some movies haven't even gotten a release like the Addams Family Reunion. Yeah, I know. I still got my old clamshell VHS tape of that. Um, that's the one where Tim Curry plays um, Gomez, right? Is it Tim Curry? Tim Curry in that? Hey, I'm really looking forward to that Wednesday show. It's coming on Netflix. When does that start? It looks really good, and I'm really jazzed about old Fred Armisen playing Fester. Yes. Yeah. When does Wednesday start? I thought it was around Thanksgiving. First episode November 23rd. So that'll be cool. Yep. Doug and I always find about the same time. Doug says 23rd. I really liked the last trailer they released of that. I think it looks good. I'm fine with it being her as the main character Wednesday and then sprinkling in the other characters because it looks like you're going to get everybody because now you've seen that Fester's going to be in it. And obviously you got Thing, Thought All Eight. So yeah, I'm really interested in seeing that. Where does any streaming service have Terrifier? Oh, but I think it is on YouTube. I'm assuming does everybody have like a YouTube app now on their TV? So does it really matter as long as it's on YouTube? You could put like me on your phone or your tablet or laptop, and you could put that on your TV and watch it. Because I really want to watch that before I review it. There's 8 episodes. Netflix usually releases all the episodes in once. Yeah, they do that because I've pretty much been binge watched most everything has come on Netflix. That Hulu doesn't always do that. Like I was watching that show Reboot, and then they did the first three, and then they would give you one every week. Same thing with that show The Offer that I watched on Paramount Plus. They released the three at first, and then they give you one a week after that. So that was kind of cheesy. Ugh, that's why. The marauding ghouls. Yeah, they call them ghouls instead of zombies. A ghoul. The brain of the ghoul is activated by radiation. Lucifer, they broke it up into two parts, so they had to wait. Yeah. I didn't watch all of Lucifer. It was okay. I thought this chief here, I thought it was pretty cheesy in this movie. He said he killed 19 of them, so it must not be very many of them at this point. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy. I liked it when they did this back in, like broke in with the news reports or whatever. It made it seem kind of more realistic. Still need to watch The Ghoul, Couldn't Stay Awake, Lucifer, and the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch are my favorite Netflix series on Netflix. I haven't watched the Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but somebody else told me that was pretty good. I should try to give that a shot. It wasn't his fault. That was just how stupid those young people were. That wasn't Ben's fault. I think they blame Ben for everything in this damn movie. Nobody in this movie wants to do anything. They're always looking for somebody else to tell them what to do and how to do it, and then they blame the person when it doesn't go right. That's just the way it is in the real world. Uh-oh, starting to break in. And Ben, nobody gets no help whatsoever. Uh-oh, he dropped the gun. Get him, Ben. Even that guy's wife acting like she didn't give a shit whether he killed him or not. Like I said, I feel sorry for the wife right there more than anybody else. I see they're releasing Santa Clara on Blu-ray that has Carl Harmon, aka Mr. Cooper. Never heard of it either. What's Santa Clara? Is that Netflix show? Santa Claus. Is when the little girl. This is one of the parts that gets on my nerves right here. When the little girl's coming after her mother, like when she falls down, it's like it's a little girl. Look, she lays there and just the whole time lets her go pick up that shovel thing, and she lays there and listen to this. That why is it? Why is she yelling that way? And why she could overpower that little girl so easily. Why would she have just fell on the floor and laid there? That was so dumb. There's her brother. Old Johnny. Her own brother's pulling her outside. The irony. And that's the dude from the very beginning. Now here's the girl. Now look at this. Look how easy Ben just pushes her away. That her mother could have done the same thing. Yeah, how idiotic is that? Now they're all coming in. You think that door will really be strong enough to hold back all those zombies that are coming in the house? Or they just get tired when they can't, because the way zombies usually work, they would never get tired. They would just constantly just stand there doing it over and over and over forever until they bust through. Sup, Cody? Oh, sorry I didn't see you, man. What's up, brother? What's going on, man? So Santa Claus is getting a Blu-ray for the first time. Never heard of it. Nope, never heard of that. And then he said, "Sup, Cody." Hey, you was talking about? Did you say what was the name of that that Christmas horror movie that I'm gonna react to it now that I can actually speak. Um, there's a Christmas horror movie that I posted. Here it is. It's called Christmas Bloody Christmas. It's gonna be on Shutter. It's an animatronic Santa Claus that goes crazy. You should check out the trailer. I'm gonna probably do a reaction video to it, but it looks pretty cool. I retweeted the guy who made its tweet and said "ho fucking ho," and then he liked my tweet, so I thought that was kind of cool. But it looks pretty good. So we got some good Christmas horror movies getting ready to come up because Violent Night looks awesome, and I think I'm gonna go see that in theaters. That looks amazing. So we're basically almost at the end of this movie here. If anybody was watching along with us, or at this point in the video, it's morning. Ben has been down in the basement all night, and all the zombies or ghouls, as they call them in here, bust through. Sounds like it's right up my alley. Yeah, that both of those Christmas horror movies look good. You should if you haven't seen the trailers, check it out or watch. I'm gonna do I think a trailer reaction to it tomorrow. Is that included with AMC Plus? Because sometimes there's Shutter movies included with it. I don't know. I've got it through Prime. I pay like $5 a month. Shutter, if you only pay $5 a month for Shutter, it's well worth it. Shutter, I love Shutter. Um, the bad part about it is they give me access to screeners, but I've got so far behind, especially when I was sick, that I haven't been able to review a lot of them ahead of time. Um, I was trying to look and see what they got on there now for me to watch. I watched that Dario Argento movie, Dark Glasses. I don't know if you guys have seen that. That was pretty good. I think that's actually on there now. Never been a Giallo, is that how you pronounce it, fan? Um, other than him, and that was pretty good. Hey, look, he's got a hat on almost like mine. Mine's flatter. He's got one that's taller. They worry about a damn killing zombies or whatever, and the chief's like, "Hey, where'd you get that coffee?" Yeah, so I don't know what's included. You were asking with that AMC Plus. You think he would have escaped from down there, or did he mean the only door was the door to the basement? I think the only door was the door to the basement. But I'm just telling you, if I came upstairs and I heard dogs barking and people and whatever, I would be screaming at the top of my lungs because I'm down here or help me or whatever. Because you don't know that there's not zombies or ghouls, they call them, wandering around. But the way this movie ends is weird because it makes you feel like that they got it under control and they're killing all the zombies. as they go along. And then when they were showing Washington, there was none on the streets there. So what happened between here and Dawn of the Dead that the outbreak was bad again, so bad? I don't know if you I've said it before and I'll say it again. Let me see. You think he would escape? Oh, okay. Um if you've got a Roku, I highly recommend if you got earbuds using them, because that's how I'm listening to this. And I've listened to late at night when my wife's in bed and I'm watching videos, and I put both of them in. It sounds excellent watching it through the Roku app. Um, you just basically fire it up, connect to your device, and then click the headphone button, and it sounds amazing through those things. But you think check, but you think check not shooting and think later because clearly he didn't have any bites on him. Yeah, I know. I almost think that what do they only see his head through the window? Because you can clearly see he's holding a gun. Look at that guy. He's all right. I think that guy already sees him. Look. Does that work with a 4K player? Hold on a second. Boom. Have you watched Pennywise, the story of it, Doc? Nope. I want to see it though, because well, I'll say this, I started watching it just a few minutes and it looked good and I stopped it. Um because I've got Screenbox to so I could watch Terrifier 2, and that's on there, and so I want to watch it. I know somebody in one of the Facebook groups bought it or was buying it. I don't know if it's out yet, but it said that they had seen it and it was good too. So yeah, I definitely want to watch that. Have you watched it? Does that work with a 4K player? I don't know. I mean, all I know is I've got a Roku TV and it works on it, and then this TV in here I don't have an actual and then we're at the credits now, just so everybody knows of this. Uh I don't have a Roku TV in here. I've got a little Roku device. You can get the damn things at Walmart on Black Friday for like $20. And then it works with that. And I've got last Walmart Black Friday, I bought one for my basement, and I use it down there and it works. So you can fire up. I've got all three of my Roku devices in the app, and then I can fire up any one of them and I can listen to them through any of my Bluetooth earbuds. Like, could I sync with earbuds with the sound bar? I don't know. Possible. It's on Screenbox. Was expecting to be a lot better. It was good, but not great. All right. Well, I'll probably watch it next week then when I'm on. I'm off for Thanksgiving, so uh, I won't stress trying to watch it now. I kind of trust your judgment. Like I said, I saw it on Screenbox. Screenbox is. Here's what I'm afraid about Screenbox. I had it last year. Um, and I got it super cheap for the whole year, like $30 or something like that. And it got to the point where they didn't add a lot of new stuff on there. Um, and so, yeah, we're at the end credits now. This is going off. So, they didn't add a lot over the year, so I didn't care when I didn't renew it. And so then now that I've got it again because I want to see Terrifier 2. They've got quite a bit of new stuff on there, but my fear is that after a couple months you'll watch everything and then they won't add enough to keep going with it. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and keep it for another month and see how it goes, but we'll see. Can you watch Roku TV on the what's a router TV? On the router TV. I don't know what that means. Can you watch Roku TV with what you have? Well, you mean Roku TV, the Roku TV channel? I don't understand your question. What's your question? Like I watched have you guys watched the Weird Al movie that's on Roku? I watched that. I just watched that. That was pretty good. It was different. Way different than what I was expecting. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I've got the Roku app. It's on here. So like I watched Roku TV. Um, I don't know, man. I know people like Chromecast. I'm a huge fan of these Roku devices. I've always been able to sync them to my phones and control them on there. And um, I've never had uh, as much trouble. I had trouble with some of the other ones. I think I did have a Chromecast at the beginning when it first came out, and I didn't. I had trouble with it disconnecting and locking up a lot. Now it's probably different now. That's what I was asking. Yeah, I mean, I've got Roku TV, the channel on my Roku TV and my TV that has a Roku device hooked to it. So both of them. So and so that just to show you that there's a Roku channel. So I've got an actual Roku TV, and then I've got a Vizio 4K TV that I've got a Roku device hooked to, and I enjoy both of them. I will tell you this: my Roku TV, if you hook something into the HDMI, it will not let you stream the audio on here because it like I can't. I don't think I can. If that's what your question was, I don't think the Roku TV, if you plug in a Blu-ray player, that it's going to let you watch anything off of the HDMI. It has to be something through the internet apps because I think that's the app here connects with the internet apps. It doesn't connect to the other devices that are on your TV. I guess is a good way to put it. My dad can watch TV on his Roku TV without having cable. Well, I've got an Xfinity app on my Roku, and it lets me stream digital every channel that's on Xfinity. So, I used to have uh, a cable box in my basement on my TV, and when I got the Roku and it had the Xfinity app, I was able to turn the cable box in where I don't have to pay for it anymore, and I just stream. It lets me. I think you can have up to two logins on it. So I don't know if any other cable company does that, but like I said, I do not have a cable box here in this room, but I've got Xfinity Stream, and so I can just log into it and watch anything, and I can even access my DVR programs that I've got saved on it. So that's kind of cool. He activated code and he can watch Freeform. Yeah, I mean, I can watch any channel that I've got on Xfinity anywhere. So through their Roku is pretty cool. I do know at one point wasn't Roku losing one of the apps like Netflix or something, and then they end up making a deal where it ended up working. So I really love my Roku devices. So that's become the main one that I use for everything as far as I can be at work and log into my Roku and watch something off my DVR on my phone at lunch. It's not on Xfinity. What is it on Xfinity? The Roku thing? But either way, um, I'm gonna watch. I think. Have you watched Pennywise? Wait a minute, I've already skipped down. Sorry, that's my bad. I hit the button and it popped me up to the top of the chat. But either way, I'm going to. I think I'm going to because I want to review it on the channel. I'm going to go back. We've already watched All Hallows Eve. I think I'm going to watch Terrifier. The channel, the Roku channel. No, I mean that's specific to Roku. I don't think you're gonna get the Roku channel on Xfinity. You're gonna have to have a Roku TV or a Roku device to get the Roku channel. But it's free if you have a Roku device. Like I said, next week, Black Friday, when it will be you'll be able to get them for like $20. It's well worth it. Um I recommend anybody get at least one Roku device because it's well worth it. The amount of free apps like you can Tubi TV and um, Pluto TV and all those. I know you can get those with anybody else, but I recommend getting it just for those. So I get the Roku stick. I can watch the Weird Al movie. Yeah, it's free. It's got limited commercials in there, um, but I recommend it. Full Moon has a channel on Roku, don't they? Yeah, I think they do. I don't know if you have to pay anything. Hold on a second, I'll look. Yep, full moon features. I think the way they work it is they got some free stuff on there, but I think you know if you pay for it, you obviously get the full slate. I like I said, it's not really considered a stick anymore because what happens is it's a little box. The Roku thing is about this big, and it's got an HDMI cable that comes out of it, and it'll plug into any HDMI port, and then you get one of the remotes. And then, dude, I bought on Amazon last Black Friday a Roku remote that's got it even had it controlled either a TV or a device, and it even had a headphone plug on the side. So if you didn't have the Bluetooth in the app, you could just still listen to your television, your Roku TV through regular headphones. So that's kind of cool. They got a chunk on Tubi also. Yeah, the Tubi's pretty cool. That was one of the first things I used to watch before I got Shutter was a lot of Tubi TV and Pluto TV. I think is the one my son likes to watch because I don't know if I got it on this TV or not, but Pluto TV is the one that's got a lot of like themed channels, and they have movies and stuff playing 24/7. So I don't think I got Pluto TV on this one. I like Pluto TV because it has retro channels like for old TV shows and stuff too. Um, let's see if I got it installed. Yeah, I do. It's called Pluto TV. It's free TV. I recommend that. I don't know if that's on like Chromecast or whatever. I do know it's on all the Roku devices I've got. But the cool thing about it, like I said, it doesn't require Pluto TV doesn't require a subscription, and it has a lot of channel. If you go to the channel guide, I'll look at it real quick. Let me put my glasses on. You can go over and go like to a movie section, and it'll just be channels that feature movies. And if you do that, like they got an action channel, like right now, Machine Gun Preacher is on there. It's got reaction, that's got Gattaca. It's got comedy, Zach and Miri Make a Porno. It's got a drama channel, fantastic romance, crime movies, thrillers. You can watch Action Jackson. You can see Vanity Nude in there. Terror's got the 2013 Evil Dead on it right now. Now it does have commercials in it, but everything in it is uncut. So like they don't cut out any language or violence or anything. So like right now I'm watching the 2013 Evil Dead. It's on there. And because I still got the app going, I'm hearing it here. So I don't know if you can look ahead to see what's playing on there. And even though it's got commercials, see that's another option we could do to use to watch do some watch alongs. Can you do that with the 4K with the headphones with the remote you're talking about? For any 4K thing that's playing through here, you can. Like I said, I don't think you can plug a 4K Blu-ray player or whatever into your TV and use the headphones because it can't access other devices on the HDMI ports through the headphones. The way I'm doing it through the app. It's anything that's playing as a Roku app. So like if I got a Roku TV or this, anything you can watch through an app. You can use the app on your phone or your tablet, and you can connect your headphones to it. I have a Sony. Yeah, so like if you get the Roku device and hook to it, anything you're watching through one of the Roku apps will work with your headset, but not like your 4K player playing through the TV. I don't think that's going to work unless your 4K player has apps built into it. I don't know. So, brothers, I think I'm going to get off here, but I think we're going to watch Terrifier next week. And don't worry, because if you don't have it, a physical copy, it is. I'm gonna 100% check before we get off here. It is still, somebody still has it ripped and playing on the full movie. Yep, on YouTube. Multiple people do. One of them's got 1 million views. Been on there for 2 years. So yeah, it's cool. So it would have to be Voodoo. What are you talking about? What would have to be Voodoo? Like digital movies, any app that you can play on a Roku device, like my Voodoo. Like right now, I just switched to Pluto TV, and because it's playing through my Roku device, I'm streaming it and hearing it through my earbud on my, because my phone is connected as a remote control on the Roku thing, and it's got the Roku. You choose which device. Like I got 3 devices. I got my TV upstairs. I got this device here, and I got the one in my basement. So yeah, like I can go. I've got right now. I've got a Vizio TV, and I've got the Roku. I'm using the Roku device, and I open up Voodoo. Just to make sure it works while you're on here. And so I'll open up something in Voodoo. Where's my movies? Saturday Night Fever. Let's make sure the audio works. So I haven't touched anything. Yep, the audio is working here. So any app that you use, that you are running on the Roku device, if you download the app for your mobile device and you sync them together, because literally all you have to do is say add a device. It'll search for the devices that are on in your house. You add it, and then you can use it. You can use the remote control. Like I can pause that. I can fast forward, rewind. I can go up and down. I can go through the menus. And then I can also click this headphone button here, right there. And then any Bluetooth headphones that are connected to my phone, I can hear the music. So I'm listening to John Travolta, or watching him walk, and listening to Saturday Night Fever, the opening. So yeah, it's cool. I highly recommend it, as cheap as those things are during Black Friday sales, to get you a Roku device or two. Like I said, I bought a TV, and then I had, during Black Friday last year, I bought 2 devices, one for upstairs and one for downstairs. And it's really convenient because that's how I've been doing these watch alongs. So I think it works great. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me again. Like I said, watch for the link. Definitely, since I don't have to work next Monday, I will definitely do this again, and I might be able to stay on here longer and chat with everybody afterwards. But unfortunately, I have to go to work tomorrow. So, but I really appreciate everybody that watched it. So anybody that's watching this now or later, appreciate the support. Keep spreading the word about the channel. Keep coming back on here, and let's do some more watch alongs. I got a lot of videos that I've recorded today, and I'm going to be editing them and posting them during the week. So hopefully I'm back, recovering from my sickness. So I really appreciate all the support you guys keep giving me. And like, comment, subscribe, share on anything. Hit some likes. Anybody that watches this now or later, maybe I'll get one because of the neighbors. Terrifier will be Sunday. Yep, next Sunday, 10 o'clock. I'll go ahead and put out a thing of that, and maybe try to promote that more, since I'm feeling better. I know we're going to watch it. So like I said, anybody that does these watch alongs, if you don't have a physical copy, I'll try to always find out where it's streaming or something you guys can do, and so that way you can join in. So I really appreciate it. Until next time, boys and girls, this is JEFFMAN316, your pop culture reporter. I'm going to sign out and say, you guys be safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, Ladies and gentlemen,